Quick thing on battlefields, the game's old, but there are some guns. I just want to tell you the best guns for the certain types of distances. I'm not gonna do just close, medium, and long range because you're gonna need ranges in between that and the best, the most dominant weapons in those ranges too. First off, I'm not even gonna care about the specific class, but I'm gonna start off with close range. For close range and even closer medium ranges, it kind of serves a dual purpose. It depends on how your recoil control is. Um, this is an ACR. This is probably the best one for close range and even close to medium ranges. Um, it has high damage. It has a fire rate of 880, so it's dominant. It's gonna win a lot of the times you go encounter somebody. Now, I did make a vid on the MTAR being the best gun for CQB, but it does have a higher fire rate, but it does have a drawback to it, and therefore its magazine is being bullpup. Bullpup weapons have less standing accuracy, and stability, and they have a longer reload time. Even though this one does look a bit more better for CQB, because it's a faster fire rate. Personally, I take a reload over faster fire rate. The MTAR's reload is kind of long, but the ACR has, I think, the fastest or one of the fastest reloads in the game. This thing loads really quick. This is it when that's really quick. That's really full magazine. Its fire rate kills him close pretty quick. Very fast. This is like a close medium range. You pull your trigger down, the look down a bit, you can control the recoil, and even though it'll be effective at mid ranges, like right here. So yeah, as long as you could like control the recoil, it could be. It will struggle a bit. It will struggle a bit. That's what I gotta say. It will struggle a bit. But overall, yeah, it will, it could do it, but it just won't be as reliable for that. Trying to close up on their enemy, that's how you could get them. For mid range, I would have to say that goes to the M416. It's very versatile. Its recoil is a bit more than the AR-160, but I think it makes up for it in the reload time, and I think 700 rounds like the most you could go without making it so much. Its fire rate's very steady. It's definitely a stable. That's like a medium to long range right there. It will drop out. The AR-160 would be maybe better for that. You see this? This is that's like the perfect distance right there for the M416. It's very. It really just has no recoil at this medium to long range. I would rather use a DMR or maybe an AR-160 if it's a bit closer. I think the M416 has a very fast reload. Like you see that? That's super quick. That's amazing. This is it without any bullets. Yeah, that's just super quick right there. Y'all saw that? It's not even a big difference. It's M416 is a very reliable weapon. It's definitely a to go for medium range. It's definitely the best for medium range. Certain maps that will use medium range, Siege of Shanghai. Operation Locker would be for close ranges. Now for medium to long range, a weird one, but I think I'm gonna go with the Mark 11 Mod 0. This DMR, you could spam fire it and it'll still hit the target. It has very all-round stats, like it's good range. The QBU does have better accuracy and bullet velocity and all that, but I think the fact that it has 10 round mag and a bullpup design, that's just I don't like bullpups, man. They have faster velocity, but still the Mark 11 has one of the fastest velocities for the DMRs. You see me along the river. It will struggle a bit for the moving targets because it is semi. If you want for moving targets, you can use the R160. It would be a bit less devastating than medium to long ranges than the Mark 11, but I think if I'm using this towel between those long ranges and medium to long ranges and medium ranges, our AR-160 would be better. I don't, for the RUT, because it's obviously bullpup, not a fan of bullpups at all, bro. They're just reload time. There's been quite some times I've died for reload so slow. Don't like them. Like I said, you could use the AR-160 if you don't like DMRs. The AR-160 is a good one, but if you know how to use DMRs decent, you know, you should use that one for sure. For medium to long range here. Now for long range, not ultra long range, but long range. I haven't said any DLC weapons yet, so I have to go for long range. You're gonna have to use the most likely the M485. It's very fast. This is for like, you know, your typical 100-meter snipes, 200-meter snipes. It's fast. The person I run this was a suppressor on it. Very fast sniper. Straight pull would work good on this too. A DMR would also be, well, sort of effective at, like I said, 70, 80 meter range. See with the suppressor, you could already see the drop off, and it's not even 100 meters yet. So that's what happens when you're at 75 meters. When you're at 75, that's like the max if you go straight. When you go even a bit further, so you know, 90 something, you could see the gun drop off already. Obviously, you have to alter the zeroing distance, but yeah, for medium ranges, I also for long ranges, I would say regular long range, like not medium to long range or ultra long sniping. The L115 also has very well-rounded stats for a sniper, because for long range you're gonna need well-rounded stats. You're not just gonna need super low bullet drop, high velocity. That's not the L15, but that's if you have it. M40A5 would be a good one, but yeah, the L115 is a DLC. But yeah, the M40A5 would do good. But for ultra long ranges, you know, those ranges that you're gonna need, people use the M98B for some reason because it has higher velocity. But when you are technically doing a lot of sniping that's from ultra long, the targets stay there literally. And I'd say a sniper that has above 600 meters a second is good enough. But I think what's really more important than velocity at the distance, the most important one would be bullet drop. Now the only gun that has less drop than the SRR is the FYJS, but it's, if you get a headshot at that range, like at a 300, 200 range, it's damage. It's not gonna get a one-shot kill headshot. So therefore, you know, everybody with a sniper at least wants a one-shot kill headshot, and if you can't do that, that just immediately takes out the equation. Magazine size, it's 7 with +8, but you can magazine size. It doesn't really matter at the distance. 7 is good enough though. It's not 10. But I'd say the SR is better for like ultra long sniping. Like a lot of 1,000. My furthest snipes have gone with this weapon. For sure. I don't know any of the sniper I got in. My furthest was like 1,000 something, and it was with this gun. I like using the M485 and L115, but I'd say that SR61 is the best for like ultra long ranges. Like when you're gonna have to zero out your weapon, this gun you could go to like 200 or even 300. When you go to 200 with this gun, you don't even have to change the zeroing distance. That's how low of the bullet drop it has. And even when you go to 300, You don't, when you go to 300 meters, you don't have to change it to 300. You really just have to aim your gun just a bit higher, and it works. It's really good. And you know, if you could try to have your gun shoot far without having to aim your gun up higher, just still with, you know, the middle of the point, it helps with tracking and stuff. And that will definitely make up for the velocity for sure. And it's a pretty sleek looking weapon. It's, you know, the famous intervention. In real life, this gun has the record for the lowest spread at like a 2,000 yard distance, something like that. And it has a record, it stays supersonic up to 2,000 meters. It's pretty cool. It's actually. And for sidearms, oh yeah, I forgot to do the LMGs. The best for suppressor fire, you're gonna need something with 200 rounds fast firing, M249, and MG4. AWS I like though. I think that would be my favorite LMG for that because it has a 100 round drum mag, but you know, it looks like an assault rifle. It's basically a modded M16 platform, but what's good about it is that, yeah, it has a faster reload. A lot of the LMGs in this game, they are belt fed, all belt fed. This is belt fed, well, that's magazine fed. Yeah, on belt fed, you know, the MG4 is good, but I'd say, and the M249 is too. I don't even have it unlocked, but I've used it, it's good. Suppressive fire, having 100 rounds, but you could reload quicker, I think that's a big plus. You don't have to do no long 7 second, 6 second reload. That's way too risky. And there's a lot of times I've died from reloading my LMG, so yeah. The AWS is definitely the best for suppressive fire. And for secondaries and shotguns, best shotgun in the game, hands down, would be the SPAS 12, UTS, and Dale. I don't really use shotguns too much. I think the Dale is really good for being semi-automatic. You can put, as like an engineer, you could put the frag rounds and use it, or even slug rounds. Slug rounds are pretty good with the Dale since it's semi-automatic. It would be good for when you're on the side of a scout helicopter and someone's, you know, a good pilot, but you could be like a secondary gunner. You could use this because this has explosive spread damage and stuff, the blast radius, and you could, you know, have your repair tool and repair his helicopter when he's down. It's just a good weapon to have when you're in a scout helicopter. But I do like the SPAS 12. It's reliable. It's one shot kill. It's very well. I don't really use shotguns though. For PDWs, there's a bit of a risk you have to take because I don't really use PDWs. They're weak because you go far, you go even a bit far, their damage drops off a lot. I'd say the MPX though definitely it's the most similar, I guess, to a carbine because it's not using the heavy 45 ACP ammo, and it kills fast. It's not 900 rounds, but it's 850, which is still very fast, and it has a fast reload and all that. The AS-VAL, if you can time your reloads correctly, it's definitely better than the MPX. This thing kills really quick. Like, it's really quick. The barrel, and you can't do that much attachments to the barrel, which sucks, but it's good. I like the AS-VAL. The P90 is also pretty good, but I haven't unlocked it. But yeah, I'd say the MPX and the AS-VAL, good working guns. I don't really recommend using a submachine gun with no recoil, like a PDWR and like a CBJ. I don't like those submachine guns too much, and even the UMP, because the thing is with a submachine gun, you need recoil at close range, close quarters. Like when you have recoil at close quarters, it basically aims up to a headshot. Basically, it's just you need that. And for pistols, secondaries, pretty straightforward. The Glock 18 is a very, what the heck? It showed the launcher. Yeah, it's the most reliable of all the pistols. You can see pistols are semi-automatic, and you know, when you have that, when you have something that's automatic, it helps out a lot. I just have my Glock 18 with a Delta sight, green laser, and suppressor. The 5.7, if you have a good trigger finger, it'll work. very, very good. But so far I say the Glock 18 and the SW40. The SW40 has the damage of really all the other revolvers, but you don't have the recoil of the other revolvers. Accuracy doesn't matter for a revolver because they're slow firing anyway, so yes, this may see more accuracy than the SW40, but I think stability matters more on that one. Yeah, basically the SW40, this gun has less recoil because it's barrels on the bottom, and at the end